by saying that I believe that Jesus Christ is the only way to God. That is, He is the one way to salvation. That is through the blood of Christ that you and I are forgiven. And that He is the one way to know the Father. The rise of Islamic youth ministry in America should force us as Christians to be more clear about what we believe and why. Because we're not the only show on the road. It really helped me to put this in perspective in Psalm 121:1. That's that famous verse. I look under the hills, where does my help come from? And most of us, when we hear that verse, we think that is so sweet. Oh my gosh. You're looking up into the mountains and you think about God, and it's just so wonderful. I really think, based on the culture of that day and the religious marketplace of that day, the psalmist was saying, I look under the hills, and there's an Asherah pole, there's a Baal altar, there's Mithras over there. I look up into the hills, and where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord. Made heaven. When I was a youth pastor in Seattle, I was flying out here to do midterm courses for the seminary, and over the almost a decade, they were asking me to come join the faculty, and I told them, don't even pray about it because I'm not coming, okay, which is really an idiot thing to say, but then I was a youth pastor in New Jersey, and when I was there, I started teaching up here on a weekly basis, one class at the college and one class at the seminary. And in that context, the Lord really rewired my heart for the college. The seminary's fine, I love it, but it was the undergrad program, the college, that God really rewired my heart for. So they asked again, and I said, yeah, I'll come. And that was almost 20 years ago. It's hard to believe. Well, one of the things that's most important to me is that our students really understand the high cost of ministry. And what I mean by that is that it's not all fun and games, but youth ministry is hard work. You're fighting Satan himself. And we want our students to really get that this is something that it takes great faith and courage. And we really do everything we can to help students understand the reality of it with all the experience you get through your placement in student teaching and seminar and practicum, but also how important it is to just maintain those vital relationships, because no one can do ministry by themselves on their own. So that's a really big thing. But beyond that, I really want our students to be globally engaged. That's one of the big things for Nyack College itself. And we offer international youth ministry trips, and both Ron and myself have done ministry outside the country, and we try to bring that reality to the classroom. There's two things, really, if I can cheat like that. I love it in class when everybody gets it. I mean, that I'm getting paid to teach is just such a wonderful thing, and to be with students. And I learn so much from my students. It's not just top down, it's really a collaborative thing. But also I love our department retreats, because then I really get to know people. I'm really pretty good at Twister, and I love Frisbee football. I'm not coordinated, but I can run, as you would guess. And so I just love the retreats, the worship with the students, and just sensing and growing in God together. I feel like we're on the same page spiritually. We have that bond. Now, my freshman students, as an aside to that, I prefer to be called Len, but freshman students, until the retreat, they prefer to call me Dr. Kageler or Professor Kageler, or I kind of like it when they call me His Royal Majesty. But after the retreat, everybody's pretty comfortable with calling me Len, and I really like that. Well, I'm a pretty serious runner, and what that means, my lifetime fitness goal is to stay half marathon capable, which is 13.5 miles. So I run 10 miles Monday, 7 on Wednesday, and 3 on the weekend. And if you can run 10 miles, you can do 13. And then every now and then I do a half marathon, just to be honest. And then I do a lot of other things too that relate to upper body stuff, not to be a Mr. Adams, but just to stay in shape. So I'm very thankful for good health and the opportunity to try to honor him in that way.